Hello, everyone. This is To Your Greatness with Dawn Mathis, and I am Dawn Mathis of In Situ LifeWorks and your host. Today, we're going to start a 5-part mini-series on a book that many of you have told me that you have heard of, and some of you have even read. It's called The 4 Agreements. So have you ever wanted a simple set of how-tos for living life? It seems that our world and our lives get more and more complicated every day. And if we could have maybe some kind of an owner's manual for how to be that could literally be boiled down to one page, would you love that? Something simple to understand? And that's not too much to ask for, is it? Really? So there's this book called The 4 Agreements. It's written by Don Miguel Ruiz. And Don Miguel is a Toltec spiritualist. And he has based his agreements on ancient teachings. And these ancient teachings are meant as a path to a more meaningful life and in spiritual enlightenment. And I hope you don't mind, I have sprinkled some of my own background and teachings and also some quotes from change makers to just add dimension and flavor to these powerful truths in his book. So today, I'll talk about the 4 agreements as an overview. I will list them, those 4 agreements to you in just a moment. And then we will cover one agreement each week so that we can dive deeper into the truths behind each one and what they mean and how you can implement them in your life. And all I ask of you is to open your heart. This is not a religion, but a philosophy, a path on the upward spiral of your own becoming. And here's what I will say. It's from a Hindu proverb. There are many paths up the mountain. The only person wasting their time is the one who runs around the mountain telling everyone else they're on the wrong path. So be open. When you were little, you were taught and told what to think, what to believe, what's good, bad, beautiful, ugly, the whole works. What's right and wrong. You were taught morals, religious creeds, opinions, rules. And all of this came mostly from parents, siblings, friends, teachers, religious leaders. And these became your agreements, without you really getting to choose them. But you were little and you agreed. I agreed. And we learned soon after, or as we were learning these, that if we did not follow them, we would be punished or scorned or judged. And if you did follow them, you were rewarded, or at the very least, you weren't punished. So you and I bought into this book of law, so to speak, a cage of our own making. We all did. And it's where we feel safe, or where we felt safe. The main point of all this is that you have inside of you your stories you tell yourself, your limiting beliefs as a result of this book of law, and your filters of how you see the world. And most of it comes from other people. I want you just to know this, that the answers for you lie inside of you. They're within you, and you are the ultimate authority on you. There is a power breathing you, and this power is not in the book of law. There was a quote I heard once at a church I went to, a Lutheran campus ministry many years ago, and I love it, and I want to share it with you. Life is a journey, not a guilt trip. And as Don Miguel Ruiz says, you have not so much to learn in life as to unlearn. And the 4 agreements, once you hear them, will resonate with your knowing spirit. So, here they are. Agreement number 1, be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity and love. Agreement number 2, don't take things personally. Whew. Nothing others do or say is because of you. Agreement number 3, don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and to express what you want. And finally, agreement number 4, always do your best. And know this, your best changes. Simply do your best in each moment. So the call to action I have for you by next week is to get the book. It's The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I think the agreements themselves are works of art. And reading the chapters just adds color and texture and depth to these simple truths. So yes, step 1, get the book. Action step 2, this week, I want you to pay attention to your interactions with other people, keeping in mind the 4 agreements. You might want to carry them around on a little 3x5 card. And did you pick up on any insights during this week? What were your observations? What beliefs came up for you this week when you were noticing what you were noticing? About yourself, others, God, the world as a whole. And finally, number 3, what strong beliefs do you see others expressing that you've observed that cause angst, doubt, fear, chaos, judgment, divisiveness? And do you see these in yourself? So, this may hurt your brain a little bit, but just to be an observer this week, like you're doing an experiment. And here's the thing, even if you don't know what you're doing, it's what the scientist who doesn't know what he or she's doing call research. You're doing research. So next week, we begin the journey together with the first agreement. Be impeccable with your word. This is To Your Greatness with Dawn Mathis. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.